This week's assignment is a discussion of copyright with some common scenarios. We were presented with 3 common scenarios and asked to respond to the following questions for each scenario. We need to determine if the work is copyrighted or in the public domain, how we verified it. If we can't verify it, then we assume that it's copyrighted. If the work is copyrighted, is it licensed for reuse? If it is, what are the requirements of that reuse? And this applies to both the Creative Commons and library resources, as library resources are licensed by the library for use by students and faculty. If the work is copyrighted and not licensed for reuse, is the intended use a fair one of the copyrighted work? And there are 4 factors to consider when determining whether or not something is fair use. And finally, is this a permitted use? Why or why not? And if you determine that the use would not be legal, then suggest an alternative. Before beginning, I want to get the toolkit together. I want to remind myself that fair use is based on the following 4 factors: the purpose and character of the use, the nature of the copyrighted work, the amount and substantiality of the portion taken, and the effect of the use upon the potential. Let's watch a 1-minute video that helps us determine how to find YouTube videos that belong to the Creative Commons.
In this video, I will demonstrate how to filter your YouTube search in order to find videos with Creative Commons licenses. First, go to youtube.com and enter your search terms into the search box. At this point, you need to filter your video, so we'll do that by clicking the Filters button. Here, under Features, select Creative Commons. All the videos that are now showing have been made available with a Creative Commons license. In order to confirm that a video has a Creative Commons license, simply select the video, scroll down until you see the video description. At that point, you will see Show More. Click the Show More link, and here you can see license and the license that it was shared under, in this case, Creative Commons Attribution. This license allows users to reuse the video content as desired, provided the original creator is given credit.
And then finally, how do I search Creative Commons? They have a really wonderful search tool that allows you to search for content to reuse and to also filter those results. So let's look at the first scenario. An instructor wants to embed a YouTube video in their Canvas course as a stress reliever. What is the status of this work? Is this use permitted? Why or why not? After taking a look at the YouTube license, I determined that yes, the Uptown Funk video is copyrighted, but given the 4 factors of fair use, I think an instructor could use it as a linked video to play on YouTube. I know in my Psych 101 class, when we're working on stress management, health psychology, it would be fair use, fair educational use. And also, as I said a little bit earlier, it's licensed for YouTube to use the music, and the license allows them to share in the monetization, so they get paid. So the more views, the more ads viewers see, and everyone is happy. Who knows? The video might even make someone nostalgic enough to use some of their allowance to pay to download the tune. So, yes, I think the instructor could use this, but just to be on the really safe side, I would add it as a link and allow the student to go to YouTube to play it. Second scenario is we have an instructor who wants to attach a PDF of a scholarly article that's available in the institution's library databases. Is this permitted? In this case, again, I would say yes. After looking at our Chandler Gilbert e-resources website, it's clear that we have subscriptions that our library pays for, and those subscriptions allow us to find journal articles and create PDFs. However, I would have students basically go to the library and find the specific journal article. They could do this by either working through the e-resources page of the library, attending a library research session, asking a library, or asking a librarian. But basically, I would have them make their own PDFs. I might go so far as to actually give them the actual link rather than having them just search on certain criteria, but definitely allow students to make their own PDF. And the final scenario is an instructor wants to assign students to read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. The instructor has a digital copy that they want to upload to Canvas. Is this permitted? And I would say yes. In this case, Pride and Prejudice is in the public domain. It's also been digitized by Project Gutenberg, and books that have been digitized by the Gutenberg Project are basically available at no cost with almost no restrictions. And you can take a look at the terms of Project Gutenberg's licenses at their website. But there's also a book on Austen that has to do with zombies, uh, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. And that book has a long way to go before its copyright is anywhere near the public domain, almost 70 years. I presume that it's currently making money. So the alternative that I would suggest is have the students read Sense and Sensibility, another Jane Austen book, and one day their rational self may thank you.